Hello students, welcome to this last session. Here in this session we are going to discuss about the communication. So first let us see what is communication. Communication, it is a process of exchanging the information between the 2 points in a secured manner. So that is called as communication. Communication is process of exchanging the information between 2 points. So first now in order to see what is how the communication is taking place, actually we need to have to discuss the mobile unit. So how the mobile communication taking place. So before going into that, let us see the block diagram of the communication system. So or it is also known as the elements of the communication system. So our elements of communication system, it is shown in this block diagram. You could see that here is a source that is going to generate the information that needs to be transmitted, and this whatever it is giving, the source that is giving, this cannot be transmitted as it is on the channel. So thereby some operation needs to be done on this information that is being generated. So that is done by the modulator, and it is also known as the modulator and the transmitter. And then once it is converted to that, then it is put on the channel. Okay, so once it is done, then it goes to the channel. So here in this case, what exactly we are doing is, it is the communication system that is going to carry our information from the source to the destination. So here what happens is, so first let us see what type of sources that we have for the information. So generally there are four important sources of information which are called as the speech. So it may be speech that you need to have to transmit, or it may be facsimile, or it is also known as fax. It may be television, or it is television in the sense the different channels that we need to have to transmit, and the data may also come from the personal computer. So this is the information generation point. So this information generation point, from that point, our signal has to travel for a longer distance. So the longer distance, it has to travel through the channel. So the signal, since it is of very low frequency, it cannot travel for a longer distance. So we require what is known as modulator. So this modulator, what it does is, it will transform the information that is given by the source into a form that is suitable for transmission on the channel. So it gives that. So obviously our channel will be non-linear in nature, and also there will be noise that is getting added to it. So apart from all these disturbances, it is possible for us to receive or get back the information. Since at the transmitting end, our information has undergone some translation, or it is transformation, which is done by the, so the same process has to be done at the receiving end also in the reverse order. Okay, so that one, it is called as demodulation. So that whatever the modulation that is done, so at the transmitting end, that needs to be done in the reverse order, so which is called as the demodulation that has to be done. So at the receiving end, demodulation is done to it, so that we'll extract our information that is sent at the source, and the information that is extracted, it is given to the destination. So this is what is the communication system that consists of. So it will have source, which is the generator of the information, and we have a modulator, So modulator, which is going to transform our signal which is suitable for transmission on the channel. So channel, it may be having different forms. Okay, so this is a physical medium over which we are transmitting. It can be a pair of conductors, or it can be an optical fiber. It is a coaxial cable. It may be a waveguide. So like this, we have different types of channels that are available, as well as free space can also be used as a medium. So the signal that is sent through a pair, so twisted pair telephone cable, but a radio link through the free space cannot be used directly for audio signals. Instead, we need to have to use an antenna of greater height, so that may be required. So here in this case, what happens is, it is the carrier signal whose frequency is such that it will travel for a longer distance through a channel. So what is this carrier frequency is that? So carrier frequency will have a frequency which is of very high. So this carrier frequency, it is going to be, we are going to put our information in this frequency, so that our signal will travel for a longer distance. So as we all know that there are three characteristics for a sinusoidal signal, which is amplitude, frequency, and the phase. So if our information resides in amplitude, then it becomes amplitude modulation. If our signal resides in frequency, then it becomes frequency modulation. If the information resides in the phase, then it becomes phase modulation. So all these different types of modulation techniques, whichever is suitable, that may be used for transmission. So that is used for modulation. Once the modulation is done, and then it is given to the channel. Obviously, this is a non-linear channel. So once it travels through a longer distance, then it comes to the receiving end. So at the receiving end, it will be first demodulated, and then the extracted information is given to the destination. That is how it is done. Now, let us see the principle of operation of a mobile phone. So in the principle of operation of a mobile phone, first we need to have to get introduced to two things which are called as the half duplex communication as well as full duplex communication. So the meaning of half duplex communication is that you will have a device. So this device, it cannot send or receive the information simultaneously. So hence, when a device is transmitting, it cannot receive. So vice versa is also true. So the best example that we can give for this is half duplex communication is a walkie-talkie that is used by the police people. Okay, so now let us see what is full duplex system. So full duplex system, it consists of with this we both parties, they can communicate with each other, and that is simultaneous communication is possible in this. So the best example that we can give for it is telephone. So you can transmit as well as receive at the same instant of time. That is very important. Okay, so these are the two different types of systems that we are going to use. Okay, so now in order to see in the cellular or a mobile system, so how will be the mobile system, how the mobiles are getting communicated with each other, so that we need to have to see. So here we have a this cellular mobile system, or it is cellular or it is mobile system, it is going to provide us the full duplex. That means it is two-way communication. to all the remote locations. It is going to provide us with the full duplex communication. So here in this case, what exactly we do is, see, instead of using a single transmitter for a very big geographical area, what we do is, we are going to divide the entire geographical area into small regions. Okay, so every small region, it is called as a cell. Okay, so for having these cells, you could see that here is a hexagon that is being used in order to represent the cell. So this total cell area, it will be divided in total geographical area is divided into smaller units which are called as cells. So here you could see that hexagon is being used in order to represents the small area which is called as a cell. So we can use different shapes over here. For example, we can use the circles. So if we use the circles, the problem is that, so intersecting at between these circles, there will be a spot that we are going to observe wherein it won't come under any of the geographical area. That means the complete area will not be covered. We can also use a rectangle. So that is also not suitable. So why? Because as we go to the edge of these rectangles, then what happens is the signal strength, it will reduce. So thereby, after lot of research, people have decided that the geographical area, so that is being divided into a smaller cells and each one with a hexagon shape. So wherein if we go for this hexagon shape, if a tower is being mounted over there at the center, then it will reach to all the corners of the hexagon. So that's why this hexagon is used over here. Okay, so this is regarding the geographical area. So wherein we are every small unit, there will be a tower. So that is what in your mobile unit you will be looking at. I didn't get the signal. You many a times you will be telling to your friends regarding that you didn't get the signal. So that is due to it may not reach your mobile unit. So that is the tower which is not reaching. So that we generally call it like that. Practically it is happening in this way. Okay. So now let us move on. Okay, so as it is shown, so the basic concept that is behind this cellular radio system is that serving a given geographical area within a single transmitter and receiver. So the system is going to divide the service area into smaller areas. These smaller areas which are known as the cells. So the typical cell, so here it is, this typical cell which is going to cover several square kilometers, and it contains its own receiver as well as a transmitter. It will also have a transmitter, and the shape of this area is, ideal one is hexagon. Okay, so we may also have a circular or other geometric shapes. So, but they are not suitable. So, the most suitable ones are hexagon. So, the basic cellular system, actually it consists of mobile stations, base stations and mobile switching centers. So, these mobile switching centers, they are also known as mobile telephone switching office. Okay, so this mobile telephone switching offices, they are going to control the cells and they will provide the interface between every cell and the main telephone office. Okay, so here is the block diagram of it. So now let us see the block diagram. This is only the explanation. Here is the block diagram that we have. Here you could see that this is the mobile station. So in this mobile station, there are several mobiles that are available over here. So this is a mobile phone that consists of SIM cards. So I think you are already aware of what is a SIM. It is subscribers identification module. So this is the identification that every mobile unit will have. So like this, there will be many mobiles in one small area. When you want to make a call actually, so this you need to have to get connected to the base station subsystem. So our base station subsystem, it consists of base transceiver stations. So these, what are these base transceiver station is? Actually in a small geographical area, that is in a big geographical area, that is getting divided into a smaller cells. So every cell will have the base transceiver station. So when you want to make a call, first you must get connected to this base transceiver station. So many base transceiver stations, they will be controlled by a base station controller, because they need a control over here, because the call has to be switched to the mobile service switching station. So thereby they all require a controller. So you will have many base station controllers like this. So thereby this unit, which is the middle one, which is called as a base station subsystem. This base station subsystem, it acts as a bridge between the mobile station. Your mobile station is what? Your mobile unit, whatever you have in your hand. That is a handheld device. So the base station subsystem will act as a bridge between the mobile station and the network subsystem. So actually your call will be sent to the mobile service switching station. So this mobile switching station, it comes under network subsystem. So from there it goes to the telephone network. Okay, so here PSTN is nothing but the public switched telephone system, or it is ISDN. It may go to the ISDN. ISDN is nothing but integrated services digital network, or it is PSN is, it is the data network that we have. So packet switching networks will also be available. Actually the mobile calls will be routed to either it is PSTN or to the ISDN. Okay, so here what happens is, in the mobile station we have the mobile units, and these mobile units, they are nothing but the it consists of SIM, which are called as subscribers identification module. That is the identification for a mobile. So once you want to make a call, first thing is you need to have to get connected to the tower, that is the nearest one that you have in that particular cell. So that tower, it is called as the base transceiver station. So like this, you will have the n number of base transceiver station, because the geographical area is more. Okay, so you will have many base transceiver stations over here. So these few of the base transceiver stations, they will be controlled by the base station controller. Okay, so and then that call will be passed to the network subsystem. So in the network subsystem, we have the mobile service switching station. So this mobile switching station, it will route the call to the telephone network. So though you are using a mobile, your wireless communication, it is from where to where is, it is from the mobile station to the network subsystem. Once your call is getting connected to the mobile switching station, then it will go through the public switched telephone network, or it is the integrated service digital network. So then the call will be routed over there. Okay, so that is how the this mobile station, it is getting connected to the network. Okay, so we have over here a few things. So which is called as the, what is the meaning of a home location register as well as visitor location register. So the meaning of home location register is, for example, if you have purchased your mobile, that is SIM card in Bangalore. Okay, so then what happens is you become that particular location, it will become the home location register for your SIM card. Okay, so that is called as home location register. So your mobile unit number will be recorded there. So that is your permanent location. So it is not that you will be staying there only in the home location, but you will change your place. Okay, so when you go outside that area, then what happens is you are getting connected to the different cell over there. So that time what happens, whatever the credentials that you have with respect to your subscribers identification module, so those information will be registered in the one more register, which is called as the visitor location register. For example, if you have moved from Bangalore to Mysore, means in Mysore, whatever you are using the network over there, you will be a visitor over there. So that becomes your visitor location. So that visitor location register, your mobile credentials will be registered over there. But the thing is, once you move out of that area, those things will be erased. But the thing is, your home location register, this will be permanent, and your information resides over here in the home location register. So for all these, in order to do all these things, we require authentication as well as identity. We need to have to prove that identity. So equipment identity register as well as authentication centers will also be the part of the network subsystem in order to authenticate the SIM that is used by the users. Okay, so and then once all this authentication is done, then only call will be switched to the public switched telephone network, and it goes through the line afterwards. Okay, so this is the mobile unit, how it is going to use. So now there is a hierarchy that is observed over here. Okay, so in order to see this one, we could see the hierarchy can be understood easily. Okay, so first thing is you assume that a parent comes over here, so which is the mobile switching station. So with respect to our college, this will be principal's office. Okay, so a parent comes over here, reports over here, and says that my son is studying in 4th semester in computer science and engineering. So that now in order to locate this particular student, what principal sir will do? Okay, so under him there will be the HODs who are working over here, which we can connect them as base station controller. So need not call all the HODs because parent is telling that his son is studying in computer science and engineering. So the information goes to the, particularly to the computer science HOD sir. So from there what happens, it goes to the base station, base transceiver station. That means, so under this, it will go to the 4th semester handling faculties. Okay, so there may be many 4th semester handling faculties. So section wise, so it will go to the particular teacher. So that particular teacher is going to identify the student. So that is how the hierarchy is mentioned over here, and that kind of hierarchy is used in the telephone system also. Okay, so we can use this hierarchy, and with respect to our college, we can use it in this form. Okay, so now let us see the cellular telephone unit. So this gives us the block diagram of the cellular mobile radio unit. So it consists of, actually it consists of 5 parts. So what are these parts? It is transmitter. Obviously, we must have a transmitter, receiver, and a frequency synthesizer. We must have a logic unit. So also we must have a control unit which will control all the things. So first let us see the transmitter. So generally this is an FM transmitter that is used. Okay, so it is frequency modulated. FM is frequency modulated transmitter. So it produces a deviation of plus or minus 12 kilohertz. Okay, so this is just, you need to have to remember these frequencies, and the modulated output, it is translated so up to the transmitter frequency. In order to do that, a mixer will be used. Okay, so a mixer is used. So for that, one more input is required. That input also comes from the frequency synthesizer. Okay, so now let us see what is the receiver. So the cellular receiver, actually it consists of the RF amplifiers, and also it has FM demodulator because frequency modulation is used over there. So at the transmitting end means obviously the same type of receiver needs to be used at the receiving end. So it is a frequency modulated demodulator as well as filter is used. So and an RF amplifier, it is going to boost the level of the received signal. Okay, so it will boost the signal, and the received signal, it will be monitored. Okay, so if the signal strength is very less, then what happens is that is getting shifted to the other side where the signal is strong. Okay, so then we have a frequency synthesizer. So this frequency synthesizer, it is used to generate various signals, and these signals are used by the transmitter as well as the receiver. Okay, so and this when the mobile unit, it initiates a call, that means when you want to make a call, so this NTSO, it is going to identify the user and assigns a frequency channel. So this frequency channel will not be used by any other mobile user. Okay, in the entire cell, it will not be used. So it will send a unique code for setting this channel frequencies. Obviously the logic unit, so it will be a microprocessor uh, that is going to control the uh, whole thing. So for the cellular radio, so obviously it's a microprocessor, for that logic unit is used. Okay, so then we have a control unit. So this control unit, there are few things over here. It is a set that consists of speaker, microphone. Okay, so with different facilities. So in order to touch tone dialing facility, and also it will store lot of information. So information in the sense, it will store the numbers as well as what type of dialing that you are using, these dialing features and all. These things our control unit is going to store. Okay, so this is the cellular telephone unit that is used, so which consists of 5 important parts. So transmitter, obviously, which is going to transmit the things. Receiver, here frequency modulation is used. FM transmitter as well as the FM receiver that is going to use. Frequency synthesizer, as it is known, so it generates the frequencies that are used by transmitter as well as the receiver. Obviously, in order to control all the things, we require control unit. as well as the logic unit. Thank you, students.